Does anybody see what the fucking problem is here? Hey everybody, Jeff aka GCurse here. I hope you're all having a great day. It is currently 1:45 p.m. on the 27th of July 2024. It is a very comfortable, slightly warming Saturday here in the city of Kelso, Washington. Today I have another unboxing and review video for you. Today I am doing the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Red Alert. This figure was Walgreens exclusive. I never found it at the Walgreens where I live. I ended up having to go to eBay to pay for it, and I actually got it for a pretty good deal. However, this fucking figure, oh my god, this figure came out second. I think it was right after the release of Battle Across Time. I think that's what the product line was called. It was an Amazon exclusive, basically. Battle Across Time Sideswipe. They use the same mold. The mold itself, it's a retool of the Siege Sideswipe mold, and somewhere between this guy and this guy ended up really having some problems. I'm not sure what it was, but I'm going to talk about those problems in a little bit. But as always, if you like what you watch, which I hope you are, feel free to click that like button, click the subscribe, click the bell. You will be alerted to when I release new content. I have all my contact information in the description below. Let's get to this review right after these commercials from the 1970s.
Details on a massive strike threat in the Southland on the news at 11.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you are aware, the figure I am reviewing today is the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe Class Walgreens exclusive Red Alert. He is a very red figure, and he is on high alert. I don't know why I just said that. I just did. I bought this figure not from Walgreens, but I ended up having to go to Amazon because of the fact, not Amazon, to eBay, sorry. I went to eBay because of the fact that this figure was never at the Walgreens where I live. I got it for a pretty decent deal. I got it for $21.75. When I last looked on eBay, this seller has a shit ton of these figures. When I last looked a few days ago before I started recording this, I think he sold something like 275 of these figures. This guy was loaded, and the price was about the same at $21.75, which I think is actually a pretty decent deal considering how much Deluxe is now going for. This figure is basically it's a straight repaint. I don't even think it has a different head sculpt. Well, maybe it does. It looks like it has a different head sculpt from the Battle Across Time Sideswipe. Looks like the head sculpt's a little bit different, but it looks like the rest of the body is the same. So basically, it is a straight repaint, slight resculpt with a different head of War for Cybertron Battle Across Time Sideswipe. Now, I don't have Sideswipe in the videos and the photos that you're seeing because I wanted to go with Clampdown, which was from the Speedia 500 Walmart collection, basically. The reason I went with this guy was the fact that they're both first responder type characters, I guess you could say. One is a police officer and the other is a firefighter. But yeah, other than that, they both look pretty much the same, just a different paint job. I think the windshield on the back of Red Alert is a little bit lighter, whereas the one on the back of Clampdown is a little bit darker. But yeah, so that is the unveiling. I will be right back with the unboxing. Stay tuned.
television premiere motion picture. The ABC Sunday Night Movie.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the unboxing where I give you my thoughts about what there was. I am the type of person, ever since I was really young, that believes that if the display of a box is very nice, it could help spur the sale of that product. However, if the box is very poorly constructed, not real nice art or anything like that, then it could actually hinder the sale of that product. The figure may be really nice, but if the picture looks like shit, people may not buy that product because they'll be like, well, if that looks like shit, how do we know that they actually put enough time in the item that they're selling? So here's one of my favorite parts of the unboxing and review. It's where I get to go through the where I get to go through the unboxing, I already did the unboxing, where I go through the various items of the box and everything. So it was during this time, it was your typical War for Cybertron type box. I'll be honest, I cannot recall how many of them were like this because it's been a few years since Kingdom has come out. However, I love this box because it has kind of like that wraparound look to it. On the front, you see Red Alert in his alt mode. However, if you look to the left side of the box, you actually have his primary mode. It's kind of there. It's just kind of wrapping around. I like that a lot. I love wraparound pictures like that. I love it when you can have both the primary and alt mode roughly on the same side of the box. Granted, it's not on the same side with this box, but if you turn it to an angle like this, then you can actually see everything. I like that. I like that a lot. I wish that's something they would bring back with the Legacy line. Looking at the right side of the box, it was your typical Kingdom poster or poster art or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like what they're doing with Legacy now. Basically, Legacy Evolution, Legacy United, that all has their unique poster art. The same was said for Siege, Earthrise, and Kingdom. On the back, you have your figure, and I think it says 17 steps of conversion. I may be wrong about that. I think it said 17 though. But yeah, I have to say that this was actually one of the funnest. Not funnest isn't right. It was one of the more enjoyable conversions that I've done. I'm not sure what it is, but I love this mold. I also loved it on Siege. It was very easy for a person who may not always transform their figures. It's actually a pretty easy process to convert Red Alert from primary to alt mode, as you can see here. Now, and here's the top of the box, by the way, also. Now, what came in the box, you're wondering? Basically, you get your figure, you get Red Alert, you get his, let's see here, you get his, no, that's not his, where it says that? Oh, it's probably in the studio. Oh, no, they're on him still, sorry. Let me actually take these off. So his accessories are the same accessories that have basically been carried over all the way from Siege. You get like a little blaster rifle, whatever you want to call it. And then you get a missile launcher. Which I think is kind of odd because, people or characters like Red Alert and Clampdown, they're supposed to be first responders. Now, I can understand Clampdown having weapons like this. But wouldn't you expect a character who is supposed to be like a firefighter, wouldn't you expect him to have something more along the line of what a firefighter would have? Maybe an axe. He does have an axe, so I will give them credit. He does have an axe. If you take off the light bar, come on. There you go. If you take off the light bar and you attach it to the blaster rifle, you get a pickaxe. It'll do, but I was thinking about a real axe, not like a pickaxe. But so basically, he does have axe, I guess you could say. But, you know, I like to see him with like an axe and maybe like, say, another weapon that could be used for a firefighter, you know. Maybe like a chainsaw, like one of those circular saws that they cut through doors and all that stuff. But anyway, so what came in the package? You got Red Alert, you got his accessories, you got the little instruction booklet for transforming this figure. Sadly enough, one of the gimmicks of this product line was that you're supposed to get a card that doubled as a sticker that would tell you the fates of whatever character was on the card. This package did not come with the card. I did some research and come to find out, for some reason, it seems like this was the only figure of the Deluxe class and higher. I don't think any Legends came with a card, but this is the only Deluxe class figure I can recall that did not have a card. I think maybe the Battle Across Time may have not had a card. I can't recall, honestly. But honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. Honestly, I'll be honest. To be truthful, I could fucking care less. I had so many of these cards, and it was always either Megatron. I think it was Megatron. It was either Megatron, Galvatron, Dinobot, or I think there was Optimus Prime. It was like those three. I could never get anybody else. I never had like a fucking Red Alert. I never had a goddamn Sideswipe. I never had a fucking Waspinator. You know, it was always either Optimus Prime, Megatron, or Dinobot. Fuck it. I was like, no card, no fucking sweat off my balls, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that was the unboxing. Hold on. I still got one picture left. And here is the figure outside of the tray with his accessories. As you can see, I had the blaster rifle set up in the axe mode, and then you have the missile launcher right there. But that is it for the unboxing. Stay tuned, and I will be right back with the conversion portion of this video.
Ketchup, tomatoes, onions,
Mustard, ketchup, and mayonnaise.
Cheese, lettuce, and onions.
Onions, mustard, and pickles. Tomatoes, relish, and cheese.
At Wendy's, you get lots and lots of your favorite toppings. Anyone who offers less is giving you less of a hamburger.
When it came to converting this figure, it's actually, like I said before, it's actually pretty fun, especially for you if you're new to transforming these figures, or even if you're coming back after like a 30-plus year hiatus, like I am. I found converting this figure to be very fun, and I would, really encourage anybody to at least give it a try once. Once you get the basics down, it's pretty quick and easy. I can get it transformed in I'd say under 30 seconds if I'm really pushing myself. It's actually a pretty fun and easy conversion. To show everybody how it goes, I'm going to actually play a video at which you'll see how I converted this figure, and I'll be talking to you about it. So, here you go. When it comes to converting this figure, it's actually pretty easy. This is actually one of the first figures that I attempted to convert or transform, whatever you prefer to call, ever since I got back into collecting Transformers back. I think it was between Titans Return and Power of the Primes. But yeah, so this is actually a pretty easy transforming process for this figure. You can actually leave the light bar on if you want. You can also take it off. It doesn't really matter. It will not impact conversion at all. Okay, so I'm not sure if the way that I'm doing it is step by step what Hasbro would want you to do, for first, second, third, and whatnot. So basically, I start off by I'm going to convert it from alt mode to primary, and then from primary back to alt mode. So basically, you take the sides here, you untab it. And this was actually the very first figure that I did not need any instructional video from MGO to do. I was actually able to do this on my own, which is nice, you know. Let's see here, you open up the shin panels, rotate the legs out, extend the feet, close the shins. You can separate the legs. Like I said, I'm not sure if everything I'm doing is, you know, right on for Hasbro. If it's like step 1, step 2, step 3. I'm just doing it the way I feel comfortable doing it. So then you move the arms out. You want to move the arms out because you're going to be flipping the flaps back in. There you go. Extend the hands. You take this part here. I would call it like the belt. I'm not sure what you would really call this little part here, but you basically need to extend this so you can rotate this all down, and then just basically turn the legs around at the waist, and then pose the arms however you want, and there you have, hold on, there you have Red Alert in his primary mode. There you go. And like I said, it was a pretty easy conversion, nothing difficult at all. If you're curious what I'm I can't really say I'm watching it. I just have it on in the background. It's Unsolved Mysteries. It's season 2, episode 1. I am a major Unsolved Mysteries fan. So yeah. So if you ever see something playing in the background like this, 99% of the time it's going to be Unsolved Mysteries, and I normally have it on because before I start recording, I need something to listen to while I'm getting everything set up. Okay, so now we're going to convert this guy from primary back to alt mode. So you basically, let's see here, you can, like I said, 99% of everything that I do, I'm not sure if it's what Hasbro would say is step 1, step 2, whatever, but open up the shin, collapse the feet, close the shin, and then the same thing again, other side, open shin, collapse feet, close shin. You want to tab together the legs. There you go. And then I just messed up. I forgot to do this. I would leave the shins open. Sorry about that. Leave the shins open, but you can rotate the legs around. Go back here, lower, flipping the belt. Make sure it's secure. See, lift the arms up. Flip out the flaps all the way. First, you also want to close the arm, or rotate the hands inwards, and then you just gotta kind of compress it into the undercarriage of the car. Rotate hand in, rotate arm into undercarriage. There you go. And it's actually a pretty solid, snug fit. You know, it fits in pretty nicely. Lower the flaps. They should tab into the arms. And then you basically take the legs and then you rotate them around. You may have some clearance issue with the shin panels colliding with the flaps, but it's pretty easy. Then you just close it up, and then you just basically make sure everything is as pegged together as possible. Sometimes, especially with the hood, it will not always easily snug, you know, get next and flush to the window. And this one, it never does. So it's just a thing you may have to be alerted about, that it will not, you know, fit evenly or snugly, I guess you could say. And that's about it. And like I said, you could leave the light bar on. It's totally your choice. It rolls as it should. It rolls actually pretty nice. The issue I have is, as rolling as nice as it is, I mean, it rolls really nice. The issue I have is, if you watch this wheel here, the front wheel, I know you probably won't see it. Here, let me see if I can get it. It does not roll at all. The wheel does not. Oh, now it's rolling. It seems to catch sometimes. It'll catch. And then it will not. Now this time, I'm wondering if it's because maybe this was misaligned or something. But yeah, when I was getting ready to start recording, it would not roll at all. I'm like, oh, it rolled straight, but now it's actually, see, it catches sometimes. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. But yeah, so on a scale of difficulty for converting this figure from primary to alt mode, and then from alt mode back to primary, it's like a 2 at the most. This is something that would be a pretty good fit for an introductory conversion for somebody who's new to Transformers or somebody who's returning. It's nothing really that difficult at all. I've converted Combiner Wars figures. Let's see, who is there one I can point out? Any figure that kind of had that leg squishing. Here, hold on. I'll be right back and I'll show you guys. Hold on, let me pause it. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I have Combiner Wars Wheeljack, and I just fucking hated converting these type of deluxe class figures because a good portion of them required you to work with the inside leg to collapse it down, and it was just a fucking nightmare. So yeah, converting this guy is pretty easy compared to something like this. Yeah, I would never suggest anybody try converting these earlier Combiner Wars figures. That the figures, if you are to look at it from today, they're competent, but the conversion that these figures needed was fucking bullshit. So that is about it. The converting or transforming, converting, whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing basically. Me converting this figure. So yeah, thank you for watching. Okay, so that was the conversion video that I made to show how easy it was to convert I don't want to say that figure. Convert this figure. It's pretty much the same steps across both the Siege mold and this mold. So if you have the Siege mold, you can basically do it. No problems. But that was the conversion of Red Alert from primary to alt, back to alt, primary again, if I remember correctly. When I return, it will be my review of this figure, so stay tuned and I'll be right back.
There's always one that stands out in the crowd. Now through October 6th, JCPenney is the one, with 20% off on all our pantyhose, 99 cents and up. Even the cotton shaper pantyhose. And 20% off on all our panties, too. Briefs or bikinis, sensible panties or sensational panties. This is one sale you won't walk away from. This is JCPenney.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the portion of the video where I do my review. Basically, I'm going to be talking about some of the positives and negatives, and I guess that's about it. One thing I do want to apologize is I didn't realize how low the camera, or how high the camera was, and for a lot of the time on one of the views of the camera, you could only really see the top of my head because I was looking down as I was looking at the figure and talking about it. So I apologize about all the time you had to see my bald head. So I apologize about that. Let's get on with the review, shall we? When it comes to the War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe class Red Alert, he is a very nice figure, but I just can't help but feel that he could have been so much more, basically. I think this is the third. No, I think in the release of this mold, I think this may be the second figure that I use this mold. But that's one thing that really kind of was common with War for Cybertron. It's even in the Legacy now. Is that they will just reuse the same mold over and over again, and with the exception of like a little bit of paint or decals and everything, it's basically the same figure, just different colored. But anyway, the figure does have some positives though. I like to think that the coloring on this figure is actually pretty nice. I have the Siege figure, and it doesn't have as much red on that figure that it does on this figure, so that's a pretty nice positive there. The conversion, if you are new or returning to Transformers after like a possible 40-year absence, I would strongly suggest that this would be one of the first figures for a deluxe class that you would try to learn to convert. It isn't that difficult at all. It's pretty easy, as I showed in the video. But yeah, so if you're not wanting something that's going to take 5-10 minutes, you can get, once you get the steps down for this figure, especially since it's so easy, you could probably get this figure converted in less than a minute. It's actually pretty easy. Here, let me show here. Like, drop this, get these off. Okay, and then we're going to do the wrist, collapse the belt, pull out or flip out the flaps, whatever these things are called. Okay, and now watch. I say you can do it in under a minute once you know what you're doing, and it's going to be like 10 minutes for me to try to get this thing done because certain pieces will not want to work. And then done. Peg together the legs, rotate, and then boom, there you go. It's actually pretty fun once you get the steps all memorized, and it's one of the few figures that I have that actually rolls pretty damn nice. I'm not sure what it is. Going all the way back to the Combiner Wars trilogy, for some reason figures just do not roll that nice when they are a car. Like either one wheel is not really rolling, or two wheels don't, and then it'll, instead of rolling straight like it does here, it will actually curve and roll. It's like, oh dude, that is it's wasted potential basically. One of the problems I have though with this is that the front part does not always set flush against the window, so you'll have like a little bit of a gap here. It's kind of, it's visible, it's pretty bad, and I think also due to that it could impact how it rolls also. But yeah, so conversion is very easy to do. I am a fan of the converting this figure. There you go. It's easier to get it back into primary mode than it is alt mode. But yeah, then bump, belt, rotate down, and there you go. You have Red Alert back in his primary mode. Yeah, so it's pretty damn easy, and then you just gotta rearm him however you want. This figure has numerous posts or ports, or whatever you want to call it, all over the body for you to arm it however you want. Let's put it up here this time. But there you go. But yeah, so conversion's pretty easy. The coloring is very nice. The reds are, I wouldn't say the reds are like bright, but they're bright enough to get the message across basically. The blacks are deep and dark. The grays, like on the shins, are nice, and then you got the whites, of course. One issue I really have with this figure is the loose knees. It's pretty fucking bad. The knees are so goddamn loose. I mean, like I'm holding it, and then I'll let go, and then all of a sudden he collapses. It should not be like that. It should be a little bit tighter, It should be a little bit tighter, but it's not. Here, let me lower this a little bit. There you go. It should be a little bit tighter, but it's not. It's like, dude. So when I get done doing this unboxing and review, I may possibly use some clear fingernail polish just to put in the joints to add a little bit of friction. I never play with these figures once I do these videos, so it's actually going to go on a shelf similar to what you see over here. You know, it's just going to go on a shelf for the rest of time. You know, another problem I have with this figure, oh my god, and it isn't just this figure, it's every figure I have that shares this exact mold. The problem I have is that the chest compartment here, it does not securely fit. It does not secure to the body itself. So, you know, I like to have some sort of like a clicking or a feel that it's secure, and it doesn't. So, like, if you're playing with this and you make a sudden move, there's a chance. Oh, sorry about that. There's a chance that it could, you know, totally dislodge. You know, it's or come, you know, turn up, flip up, or whatever. You know, like. And I wish it would actually secure into place. I don't know. I thought maybe I was doing something wrong, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything. It looks like there's a tab there, but it does not tab into place. It just sits. And I just don't like that. I do not like that at all. But like I said, it isn't just this figure that has that problem. Here, I have oh god, Clampdown from Speedia 500, and he does the same thing. You know, hold on, let me take off the weapon here. He does the same thing. It does not clip or you know, secure into place. You know, and it drives me nuts. You know, like how is it that how is it that it does not peg or anything like that? This was the third release, if I remember correctly, of this figure, or this mold, I should say. It's a damn shame, you know. Like, you would think that Hasbro would do some sort of Q and A, you know, or not Q and A, QC quality control, but no, they're just gonna use these molds and ship them out, even if it has the same goddamn problem. Now, like I said, it isn't just Kingdom Red Alert. It isn't just Speedia 500 Clampdown. I think that's that guy's name. I may be wrong about that. It's also Battle Across Time, Sideswipe. And this is the first time that this mold was used. You know, like, I know that this is a retool from Siege, but I mean, like, this is the first time that a character used this specific mold, you know. Here, I can actually leave that in. Let's take this out. And, wow, okay, there it goes. And it's the same. It does not tab in. No matter how hard you push, you can literally have Hulk fucking level strength, and it will constantly just, it does not, and it gets upsetting, you know. It's like, really, 1, 2, 3 fucking figures that use the same goddamn mold, and they do not tab. The chest does not tab. I could understand it if it was, like, say, the last use of this mold, so say Clampdown, and it would not tab. You know, the argument could be that, oh, it's just the plastics and the mold degradation and all that. But it's literally, ever since this guy, you know, I've had this problem, and it's just annoying as all fuck. Okay, but yeah, so, you know, if those were not really a problem, you know, like, I don't want to say that if it was not a problem, that is a problem. However, another issue I have, now, this isn't really going to, you know, this is not like a negative per se, it's just something that just annoys me. It's how uniform these figures are, especially when it comes to the weapons. I understand that they want to use the same mold over and over again to get basically get their money out of it. It's a way to basically justify the cost of these molds. I understand that, but I cannot believe that a mold for these weapons, like what all three of these guys have, that the molds for the weapons cost as much as the molds. Here, let's actually move this. That I cannot believe that the molds for the weapons cost as much as a mold for the figure itself. And to that, like I said, it's because these figures have the same weapons. I don't want to put the weapons in the same configuration. So, like, say, one here on clamp down the blaster in his left hand. I don't want to do that for everybody because then it would look literally monotonous. Let's see here. Can I put it here so you guys can't really see it though? That's the problem. Yeah, let's put it here. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that due to the weapons being so similar, if you were to have it in the same configuration where they are holding it exactly the same way in the same position and everything, they would look like just plain drones, in my opinion. That with a different paint job, of course. Nothing. It doesn't make them look unique. So I try to each mold of whatever figure possible. I try to have the weapons in a different position on the body. That way, it makes them look a little bit different. So, like, say for Red Alert, I have him on his forearms because I figure he's a firefighter. Maybe having like his. I don't even consider these to be like fighting weapons per se. I consider them to be like fire extinguishing items. Like a cannon, or whatever. It's 4:47 a.m. in the morning right now. I'm a little bit tired. But yeah. And I know I'm just rambling, but I just wish the weapons were that they did different weapons. Just because Sideswipe had a launcher type weapon and he had a blaster, why does this guy have to have a launcher type weapon and a blaster? Isn't this guy supposed to be a firefighting type of transformer? Wouldn't you expect him to have something that's more along the line of a firefighter, like some sort of extinguisher and maybe like a fire axe or something? I just like I said, it's fucking 4:48. I'm tired. Sue me. But anyway, yeah, it's just that the weapons not being unique, it really becomes a hindrance when you get more and more figures that use the same mold and everything. It basically makes it look not that unique, I should say. That's why sometimes I change out the weapons between figures. Sometimes I'll give another figure a different weapon from a different figure just to make it a little bit different. But yeah, I honestly also feel that this figure, although that this figure is nice, don't get me wrong, it is a nice figure, but it could have been so much more, ladies and gentlemen. It could have been so much more. The only thing that I feel that this figure really has going for it is the coloring and the ease of conversion. The weapons are identical. The mold is exactly the same. It's just you get a little bit tired of the same mold across multiple characters, And like I said, I already said, I know that it's a money saving tactic, but still, it gets annoying after a while, But yeah, so that's basically my in-depth thoughts about War for Cybertron Kingdom Red Alert. Okay, everybody, that was my review of the War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe class Red Alert. Now we're going to get to the bullet points or the positive negatives. Let's get to that, shall we? So for the positives, we have the coloring. The coloring, I'll be honest, the coloring is actually pretty vibrant for a figure that its only real color palette is, you know, kind of red and white. But then again, he is supposed to be like a firefighter, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, the coloring is pretty damn nice. I have to say, out of all these figures, for some reason, you know, out of like Clampdown and Sideswipe, this guy is actually pretty damn nice. I love how he looks. The conversion is easy, as you saw during the conversion segment of this video. It doesn't take much to convert this figure after you learn the steps. You know, granted, when you're first starting off, it's going to take a couple minutes for you to gather the, you know, to get the intricacies of this figure. But once you do, it's one of those kind of figures that no matter how long time will pass, you'll just remember how to convert it, because it's actually pretty fun. I have to say, this is, out of all the figures I've ever bought, it's pretty fun converting this guy. But, as always with positives, sadly there are some negatives. The loose knee joints. Oh, now you're not going to do it? There you go. The loose knee joints is, it's not acceptable. Also, for some reason, I do not understand why this does not click into place. It just literally sits. It literally just sits, you know, sits down. Let's gravity pull it down. You know, let's gravity hold it down. But I would have preferred there to be some sort of like a click or some way for it to fasten, you know, securely to the goddamn frame. Because if you're playing with this, if you're playing with it and you do a sharp, like a jarring, it opens up. It opens up. You know, like, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. Why, Hasbro? Why could you not take a few extra minutes of QC time to see that this doesn't click down? It isn't just Red Alert. It's fucking Sideswipe. And it's also Clampdown. I don't have any of the Siege figures with me, but I think they have the same issue. I may be wrong. But why? Why could you not fix it? Three fucking figures, Hasbro. 3 fucking figures, and you could not get the one severe one issue. Oh, fuck you, Hasbro. That's unacceptable. People pay good money to have a figure that will not, you know, pop open if they do a quick jarring movement. Oh, Jeff, you're too fucking hard on Hasbro. The fuck I'm not. I could be a lot harder on them. But this is unacceptable. I could literally tell people not to buy Transformers anymore, but I love Transformers. I want to see them be in good shape. I want to see there be no QC issues. This is a big fucking QC issue. It doesn't even fucking click or clip into place, you know. Have you thought about being nicer, Jeff? Why the fuck should I be nice? Why the fuck should I be nice to Hasbro when they release shit like this? You may be comfortable with complacency and subpar products. I'm the fuck not. Okay, so those were the negatives. Pet peeves. Oh, I didn't have any pet peeves? Okay, hold on. I'm going to check my records, see if I have anything. Hold on, I will be right back. Okay, I had to go through my records that I keep prior to putting all this together. And I actually did have a couple pet peeves. Number one, this figure could have been so much more. This figure could have been so much more. However, QC issues with the knees and the goddamn chest, they really bring this figure down. I was excited when I finally got this package arrived from the seller from eBay. I'm not holding this against the seller from eBay. The eBay seller only sells the product. I blame Hasbro for the fucking QC issues that this figure has. And honestly, this figure has no unique accessories. If you have the accessories for Siege, for Sideswipe, Battlecross times Sideswipe, it's the same accessories you have for this guy. If you have the accessories for this guy, it's the same accessories that Clampdown has. There is nothing fucking new. And you would think that for a goddamn firefighter that they would at least give him, a normal axe, not a pickaxe, and something else that is like a tool that a firefighter could use. But no, Hasbro, like they have been for the last few fucking years, they will continue to give the same fucking shit across multiple figures that share the same mold. It's a cheap way to basically cut costs, and it's fucking chicken shit of them. See, people, if it's not for people like me, Hasbro will never fucking evolve. It's people like me and a lot of other people that will constantly holds Hasbro's balls to the fire that forces them to constantly evolve. Because if we did not force Hasbro to evolve, we'd still have figures that had limited articulation, that had literal, garbage. Kind of like this guy, but anyway. But yeah, that's my review of this figure. Stay tuned. We're almost done, ladies and gentlemen, and so I will be right back with my final thoughts.
This is the birth of Unisom, a different generation sleep aid. The only one with doxylamine, proven effective. In clinical tests, new Unisom helped people feel drowsy, so they fell asleep faster, an average of 23 minutes faster, and helped them sleep better all night than they did without Unisom. When you occasionally have trouble sleeping, make every minute count. Take new Unisom and fall asleep faster.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. We are now at the end of this video. It has been a long video. I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it goes sometimes. This is the final thoughts. Basically, I'm going to give you, like it basically says, my final thoughts, and everything. Overall, this figure, visually, it's nice. Visually, it's nice. However, it has a lot of flaws. But you already know about the flaws, such as the chest and the knee, so I'm not going to get back into that. So I'm going to talk about some of the other stuff. This figure, it was an Walgreens exclusive, so because of that, a lot of people were already at a disadvantage to find this figure because of the fact that Walgreens is notorious for not having a good website to order items from, and their stores, when it comes to toys, it's like a fucking barren landscape, because Walgreens, oddly enough, even though they're a drugstore type business, they also like to sell toys. It's like, you should really make up your mind. Either sell toys or stick to medicine, because you're not doing toys any justice at all. Because of the fact that it was an Walgreens exclusive, I had to go elsewhere to find it. I went to eBay, and the seller named Starscream, I love that spelling. He's been selling these for quite a while. He's sold over 270 of these things. He's sold a lot. I'm going to put the I think I already put the link to this seller and everything in the description of this video. As I'm talking, I should say. If it's not there when I get ready to upload it, then I'll add it so everybody can buy this figure if he still has any left, But yeah, for $21.95 prior to taxes, it was a pretty good deal considering what a deluxe class figure now goes for, So I think the price is just about right. Overall, the figure in primary and the alt mode, it looks nice. The alt mode, I have no real problems with because it doesn't have a knee joint in alt mode. It doesn't have a chest joint. And it rolls pretty fucking nicely. It rolls, I think that this figure has to be one of the select few that I have that actually rolls like a beast. I mean, it is fucking nice. However, the problem is in the primary mode with those goddamn knees and that fucking chest. Now, in the whole product line of this mold, first it was Sideswipe, then it was Red Alert, then it was Clampdown. How the fuck is it that even by Clampdown, the time that they re-released this mold as Clampdown, how the fuck is it that they still have not fixed the fucking issue with the chest. I could forego the knees. If I really have to, I could forego the knees, say that could just be an issue with my figure, you know. But each of these figures have the same fucking problem with the chest. They each have the same problem with the chest. So that's not just an individual consumer problem. That is a mold-wide problem. Unless I won the fucking lottery and that the Sideswipe that I got in the Battle Across time, that the clampdown that I found at Walmart, and then the one I got off of eBay, they all just happened to be that one fucking figure that had the issue with the chest. I must have fucking won the lottery, I guess. But yeah, so overall, this figure, I wanted it to be, I had a lot of hopes for this figure, and sadly, it did not turn out the way I hoped, you know. I'm hoping that if you have this figure, that you don't have the same problems that I do. But yeah, so in closing, all I really gotta say is be better, Hasbro. Be better. You can be better, dude. I know you can be better. But that is enough about that. So let's do that. Let's do this, and then let's do this. Now, my final portion of this video. Do I endorse people to buy this figure? Yes. Wait till it's on clearance, or no. I am sorry to say, but I think this is the first time I bought a figure that I'm actually going to have to say no. Do not buy this figure because of the fact that it has the issue with the chest. It may not have the issue with the knee, but it has the issue with the chest. There is nothing unique regarding the accessories, and the fact that the longer that we wait to buy this figure, it's probably going to get more and more expensive because of the fact that Hasbro decided to make this an exclusive to Walgreens. That was the biggest fucking mistake I can even say. Let's give a company who has a real bad history of making sure that these exclusives are at their stores. Oh, bright fucking move, Hasbro. That's a great idea, dude. Slow clap for Hasbro. But yeah, I cannot endorse this figure. I just can't. And I will not. Which is sad because I wanted to be the one that said, yeah, go ahead, buy that figure. You know, you're going to love that figure. But I can't because of all the problems that it has. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I'm going to have some editing to do now to get this all ready to upload. And as always, if you like what you watch, which I hope you did, feel free to click that subscribe button. I leave all my contact information in the description below. And that is it. My name is Jeff, aka GCurse, wishing you all a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Peace out.